All right, I picked up one of the Porthello Cove holes. This is hole 2, par 3. I'm shooting these right now for the Coastal Classic, but I'm trying to fill up my inventory for any course that I can get to. So on this particular hole, in the past, what I've been doing is a lot of people engage this hill right here, and I've been trying to engage the bottom of this little depression that's in the course because there's a flat area right down there. And when you're coming up to the hole, if you can, anywhere great left or right, if you bring a super accurate club, sniper, you've got a really good shot when you come into it. But you do have to engage quite a bit of backspin, and no matter what on this hole, you're going to have to engage side spin. This is a great side spin hole. So it's in the Quasar, Katana, Kingmaker range. Like when you're looking at balls, if you're doing a low wind ball, you want a low wind ball with a lot of side spin. But what I'm looking for here is trying to use this. If you look on the course right here, in this little triangle right there, there's a flat area. And trying to come at it more from this flat area, because what happens when you're down in here is your ring set, my ring set's short. I can use this as a reference where you're going, but I have a little bit better reference on my blue ring down on the transition between the rough and the fairway, and picking that spot and coming at it. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get a shot. This is the first time I've shot from this flat area, but I'm really focusing on this flat area back here. So what I want to look for in this first shot is just I really want to focus on my distance. I'm going to do a full wind adjustment, and I'm using a sniper, so it's 1 per ring. And I believe that the wind here was 2.9. I had a 2.9 wind. And so the wind is going this direction down the hill. So when I set up here, I'm coming towards the hole, but I'm a little on the outside of the hole. But I think that everything on this hole is going to roll to the right. So I think one of the mistakes that I may be making here is if I do put any curl on it, I don't need to. But I hit this shot perfect. But I didn't draw enough for the wind. And so I did a 2.9 wind adjustment, and I shot it perfect, but I ended up right of the hole. So I was in outside right here. So what I should have done is I should have drawn more. So where I'm at on the course here is about a ring. So that's 1 mile per hour of wind. So on a 2.9, that'd be like 30%. So it's somewhere between like a 10 and a 30% adjustment is what I'm looking for. I'm about a ring off. I'm close, but the distance was right, but I'm about a ring off. So the next time I catch this hole, I'm going to try doing a 2.9 wind adjustment when I do my wind adjustment, but I'm going to add on 30%. So in this case, I'd think of this for the quick math as 3. So I'd be adding on 9, so it'd be 3.9. It'd be 3.8, 3.9, somewhere in that neighborhood. So, and then see if that gets me closer to the hole or if that throws my trajectory off. I believe on this particular shot, let's get it rolling here. Let's watch the setup. So I'm setting up down in this area, blue ring off. Let's see if I caught my blue ring. I think I did. I wanted to have some kind of reference down there. Max right hand side spin, 2 backspin. And so looking at it right there, it doesn't look to me like the backspin is going to be enough because I don't have any more, and I don't want to try and engage curl. What I want to do is I want the ball, it's going down a really steep hill right here, so I'm trying to get gravity to help me out. And by putting on more backspin, I'm actually drawing the ball, in this case, farther to the right. Hit it perfect. Landing zone looks good. It's on that flat area in the back. Rolling out towards the hole. So the distance right there was right, and I'm on the inside. So the question is was I on the inside because I didn't draw enough of the wind was getting me too much. It's way downhill, so I needed to add it on 30%. Or did I end up on the inside because the course, this hill and all of this hill right here is throwing you to the right? So there's some adjustment that we have to make for the course, for terrain. I'm going to stick with the wind stuff because you can see even from this angle right here, if we look up here, this is a great shot right here. if you look up into this area right here, you can see from where we're shooting to that, what I'm looking at is the flat area. You can see how steep this hill is. And the depression that I've been hitting at is over here. This flat area that's down at the bottom, down here, this is a pretty small little target. But it's definitely one of the lowest spots down there. So when you talk about hill-wise, this hill right here looks like it's higher than us. The green, it looks like up here at the top, it might, you know, up here on this top area, it might be about the same as us. The green's probably not that far off, but the area that we're hitting into is actually below the green, and then it comes back up to the green. So it looks like the area that I picked out there might be, if you look at that, and there's no way to zoom in on it, but if you look at it, there's a little hollow right there, and that where that creates that flat area, and it is really flat. Let's see what it looks like if we catch it at the right angle, so when we fly over it. Yeah, there's just a little teeny flat area there. This would be a great hole if you can figure out what that wind adjustment is, and just know that wind adjustment right off the top of your head when you get out there. You know that if you set up in this area, that the whole deal is that why so many people are off is because they don't know that you're supposed to make a 30% wind adjustment or a 10% wind adjustment or a 15 or whatever it happens to end up being. They don't know that there's a wind adjustment. So there's definitely going to be one there. So that when you catch this hole, Porthello Cove, hole 2, par 3, and this is going to be in the Coastal Classic tournament. When you catch this hole, we really want to focus on hitting perfect, because we can go back on a perfect shot, and just like this one, we can analyze it and really see what we did and where the ball ended up and what could we do to fix that. And so what we can do here is we can make a bigger wind adjustment because we know we're downhill. So we know we should be making a bigger wind adjustment because we're downhill. And try and tighten that hole up. That if you know what that number is and you remember, hey, when I get to that hole, you may not remember exactly how you play it, but you know that there's a 30% wind adjustment. You're going to be a lot closer more often than your opponents. All right, that was Porthello Cove, hole 2, par 3. Thanks for watching.